Welcome back to the Insights Unlocked podcast. I'm Nathan Isaacs, Senior Manager for Content Production at UserTesting. And joining me today is Katie Karr, Senior User Experience Designer at Workiva. Katie works on Workiva's digital marketing team. Welcome to the show, Katie.
Hey, Nathan. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. We're going to talk today about your work leveraging customer insights with the marketing team at Workiva. To get started, can you tell us more about Workiva?
Yes. So Workiva is a cloud-based SaaS document and data collaboration platform, and it was born out of the need for transparent financial reporting. So the Workiva platform brings together teams across accounting and finance, audit and risk, and sustainability teams or ESG teams to work together on their complex business reporting needs all in one platform. So Workiva allows users to focus on the challenges of today and regulatory changes coming tomorrow with confidence. We have over 6,000 customers and 240,000 platform users globally. And last year we launched new Gen AI capabilities that have been ramping up Workiva's power even more. And this year, Workiva is celebrating our 10 years anniversary of being a public company, which is a great milestone for us. So it's definitely an exciting time to be here.
Can you tell us more about your work and what you do there?
Yeah, so I joined Workiva just about 3 years ago. I've been working in SaaS since 2017, and my focus at Workiva is on user experience on Workiva.com. So focused on the buyer journey holistically and then also on page. I also partner with our dev and design team to maintain and develop our design system in Figma. I have a very talented counterpart of a UI designer that we work on that together. I also work on, of course, conducting user research, leveraging UserTesting.com and A/B testing for our web users.
And how big is the team over there? Are UX researchers and designers spread across functions, or are they working as a central team?
Yeah, we have an amazing group of product designers, UI designers, and UX researchers as part of the R&D organization dedicated to the product. That team is led by Susan Rice, who was actually on this podcast a few years ago. But I'm on the digital marketing operations team, so I roll up under MarOps. And our website team is led by our director of digital marketing. And then I have two really talented digital marketing managers that work with me to focus on SEO and web growth. Workiva is truly a global company, so the website is translated into over 20 different regional websites with varying languages, and we're adding more all the time. We have marketing counterparts in APAC and EMEA. We have internal industry experts that we work with really tightly across all different marketing functions as well. So we have a really data-driven approach on our team, and I'm lucky to sit in a unique UX position here to really be able to influence how we design the experience for our prospects across the globe.
So today, we're talking about the work you do there, and we're going to talk about a specific project you were working on for the Workiva website. Can you help set the stage? How did you know this would be a good project for leveraging customer feedback?
Yeah. So Workiva is really the only solution on the market to unify financial reporting, ESG, and audit and risk all within one place. So it's a really unique product offering that we have. So with that comes a great opportunity for us to market it. And we knew that we need feedback from our users to help guide us and make sure we're setting the right tone. So setting the scene for this project, we realized the messaging we were using wasn't really resonating with our audiences. So we needed to shift that messaging framework. So working with our product marketing teams and our content teams, we've been working on updating that throughout the website and our marketing materials, which would really impact everything that we produce as a team. So prior to launching the brand new updated messaging, we knew it would be a great opportunity to conduct user research and validate a lot of the assumptions that we had made. So we went into it with the goal to really evaluate how clear and effective our new messaging frameworks would be so we could pivot if we need to and reduce the amount of rework before going to market. We all know that it's less expensive to make changes up front than if we're doing it after we already go live. And really, whenever we make major sweeping changes on the website, we always try to build in time to validate with our target audience prior to launch, just so we're going to the market with confidence that we're providing the right value to our users.
Yeah, so then how did the team leverage user testing to evaluate and refine the messaging before the launch? And can you explain the process you followed to design the project, select audiences, launch those tests, and then evaluate the results?
Yeah. So we were able to tap into the pre-built templates that are in the user testing platform, which I use all the time. Honestly, it helps me like move a lot quicker and be able to apply more research to more projects that we're doing. And we were able to tweak the language from there to fit our needs and the goals of this particular project. So we wrote 15 unique prompts for all of our 4 key personas, slightly different for each of them, but we're able to connect the dots there and set up unmoderated surveys within the platform. So Workiva has some pretty specific persona sets, but in user testing, we were able to tweak the audiences and build them out to the exact parameters that we needed, and we're able to capture a few decision makers in our audience too. So outside of user testing, we partnered with product marketing to build a testing framework to make sure we're evaluating success. We're all on the same page of what good means and what success looks like for this project. So once we evaluated where we were at, we launched surveys with a sample size of 15 per persona. We then selected a variety of task methods to capture feedback, including both written and verbal, so you can capture kind of that stream of consciousness from users and then also get them to distill down their key points that way. Once we collected all of our feedback, then we tapped into the messaging or the metrics section of the user testing platform. It aggregates the data really cleanly, so it's easy for us to skim and get results and then dig in deeper where we need to or where there's questions. So once we had provided that deeper level of understanding and validations for the insights we found, it was helpful. And the test itself, we asked users to begin at Workiva's homepage, complete a series of tasks to really understand Workiva's offering and services. Then we sent them to a persona specific or a teams page, and have asked them to evaluate messaging comprehension, affinity, and really understand what else they needed in order to move forward to potentially get a demo as a prospect. So because we tested our messaging prior to launch, that gave us the opportunity to really make adjustments and dial in our frameworks even more. There were some points of confusion that arose, so that gave us the time to take this feedback in mind and pivot and add cross-team callouts across all of our persona pages, solution pages, the homepage to make sure that we were driving the differentiation across audiences throughout that whole buyer journey.
Oh, that sounds so amazing. And I'm thinking too, like, if you're doing this today, you'll be able to use the new survey function and user testing. You can go to a larger sample size. Anyway, as I understand it, in addition to better aligning the messaging to your target customers, there were additional discoveries from the feedback. Can you talk about what those were and how this feedback led to changes in your content strategy and what were the outcomes?
Yeah, so we discovered a lot. On the content side, our results really showed that the updated messaging was resonating better with our target audience, which was such a huge confidence boost for us and the team internally. So because we were able to tap into those human insights that were pulled from the platform, we were able to quantify almost a 30% increase in the clarity of our messaging. So that took our score down from a 57% up to an 80% for our platform narrative. So we have continued to update it since then too, and we're seeing that continuous improvement as we move forward to tell that platform story in a more concise and helpful way, really speaking to our customers in their language. And then on the design side, our qualitative feedback really indicated that users were not only understanding the product offering from a conceptual level, but they really needed to see the platform in order to move forward. So that really empowered us to take that information to the design team and revisit our existing design patterns. We were using previously really low and medium fidelity graphics, and we've ramped that up to be more high fidelity platform focused illustrations to simplify how we represent the platform.
Excellent. And how did the findings influence the team's confidence in the updated web messaging and its alignment with customer pain points? And I'm curious, like, what was the impact it had on your marketing strategy and the perception of the brand among your target audience?
Yeah, so I think it was huge. The ability to really test and optimize our messaging before we launch just removes the guesswork and really provides peace of mind internally. So, in addition to proving the value of UX that this sort of research can do and bring up front, ultimately it just creates further brand clarity and more qualified leads. And really, we see an ROI increase in all of our marketing activities that this influenced.
And looking back at the entire process, from the user research to implementing those feedback-driven changes. What's the experience revealed to you about the importance of customer-centric approaches in marketing?
Yeah, I think we really think about UX as being a product role, but it's really so much more, and it's a critical function of marketing now too. So it really doesn't matter how great the product offering is if we're not communicating the right message up front to get users to see the value. And there's a lot of recent studies showing that a lot of SaaS buyers do their research up front, I think around 80% before they even talk to sales. So making sure that we're representing UX on the marketing side, bringing in research foundations early really helps represent the voice of the customer early on in the buyer process so we can make sure that users are really getting the information they need and that it's all accessible to them on the website.
Now, you've already shared a couple of metrics with us, but I'm wondering, what are some of the ways you were able to measure the project's outcome, whether it was by improved metrics or user testimonials?
Yeah, so because of the insights, the team was able to add 4 times the amount of product screenshots, callouts, product imagery, and we've really been able to use that information to push to get more demo videos available on the website across all of our solutions. So from a data perspective, the revised layouts and visuals produced a 20% increase in value add affinity. We saw our CSAT scores skyrocket on the platform page, so we went from 58% to 84% within the first month just by making the imagery changes. And then we've updated since then and continued to see that rise over time. So it's really rewarding to see a lot of the insights that we capture in user testing. We see the output of that in real prospects on the website. And in addition, the qualitative feedback that we collect just really adds color to a lot of the data and analytics that we have access to.
And moving forward, how does this project influence the role of customer insights within the marketing department moving forward?
Yeah, now that we've established baseline metrics per persona, per category, we've continued measuring and really repeating this experiment on a regular cadence. We've also run experiments ad hoc, sort of as the market changes, as we add updates to the platform itself. So we're really listening to our customers and delivering those insights to drive that change internally. And the data that we collected from this particular project was shared out within the entire marketing organization, as well as the product UX research team on the R&D side. And we're just more confident in our findings so we can run repeatable, effective tests thanks to a lot of the insights that we pulled in here. Additionally, running sort of page by page messaging testing helps us figure out what to prioritize when we're doing sprint planning or figuring out scoping conversations for upcoming initiatives. And additionally, I've gotten a lot more internal team members reaching out now for research requests or wanting to tap into our user testing network to validate a lot of the projects that are ongoing.
Excellent, Katie. Hey, thank you so much for being on the show. How does someone learn more about you and Workiva?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best way to get in touch with me. And then Workiva.com is probably the best way to get in touch with us.